I'm just trying to ask a few post questions. I mean, who in here has been in prison before, except for the Papes? No one's visited here? Well, I know you have.
I mean, I visited here, y'all.
No one in here has been incarcerated except us, right?
Yeah, right.
Lisa, after you came in here, I heard you get up there and you said when you walked in you were kind of apprehensive. What did that mean when you said that? You were apprehensive when you first came in?
Let's see. I was a little. I did a little Googling before, so
Okay.
I was trying to familiarize myself with your work, and but not knowing how much love there would be in the room, for sure. I said to Mike, we were a little apprehensive of coming in, and now we don't really want to leave, but everybody was so delightful to talk to, and the ceremony and the military respect, the love of country.
One of the questions, a lady on the death row facility, she's not on what they call life row here. We call that life row. They repenned the name here to life row. And she was asking, she said, could you ask Miss Lisa, that's what she called you. I didn't have a Bruce Holly to raise me and to mentor me and to give me, how she said it, the silver spoon and all the opportunities that Lisa had. How can she express to me that even coming out of prison one day, that as a young lady, I am not devalued, I'm not worth less?
I think if you had that attitude that of what can I do for you, the people that you meet throughout your day, if you have that servant heart of how can I be of help, or am I opening the door to the store, or just even little tiny things.
Your dad
I
had
think
the key.
people can see. You're a respectful, kind person, perhaps. But
I think the little bit she mentioned, the bit in there, the story about your dad, how when he comes and visits a shop, he goes straight to where they're doing the work. He doesn't stop and talk to the hierarchy, that's in there.
Right.
He goes straight to the workers, and then makes his way to the people that are running it. And I think that sense of community building is,
knowing the importance of the entry-level employee is really not that much important than the leadership. You need it all. And his line of, we do this together, it takes all hands.
I think the best thing people can garner from seeing you and reading about your dad, or some of the people that you'd be surprised how small the world is that knew your dad, because when I got saved, I've been here 30 years. When I got saved, I was literally in county jail. And a man came up to me and said, hey, I have an NIV Bible. And another guy came up behind him and said, hey, I'm not coming to you like that, but I work for Discount Tire. My boss let me have the day off today, and he gave me an NIV Bible, and that's the Bible that led me to the Lord. So I was thinking about that today, and I was like, this is a really tiny world.
Wait a minute. Whoa,
Connecting.
back that up.
Wow.
Really?
You're connecting.
literally.
That's crazy.
I mean, whoever your representative was, that was his ministry. He was actually coming in, and the only reason he even mentioned Discount Tire was he said, my boss gave me the day off today for my ministry, and I'm here, and he gave me that Bible, and I was like, man, that's pretty incredible. Man, God really has made this a tiny little bitty world. Tiny little world. Michael, not everyone has a mentor like that. Not everyone has the opportunities you have. And why is a chairman of a board? You're the fourth board chairman to be here in less than 3 weeks. From judicial sector, we have one from the Court of Criminal Appeals, Austin. We have the parole chairman that was here. God is obviously saying something about chairmen and CEOs being here.
Wow.
Why does Michael think that God brought you here today? Just your personal opinion.
I think to inspire.
Okay.
The good that Bruce
Yeah.
has taught us, the values, and how much.
Yeah. You think a person can
Sorry,
change?
I'm getting all emotional. Oh yeah,
You think a person
I've
can-
changed.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the same person
Yeah.
I was before I started working at Discount Tire.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Definitely.
Life is a change.
Yeah.
From the time you're born to the time you're gone, you're changing, and it's life's choices, and you make some bad ones.
Yeah.
And if you take the time and invest in yourself, and you're blessed. I was blessed to be touched by Bruce and others in my life. But it's a journey, and if you're committed to if you're committed to being the best you can be,
Yeah.
which leads you to being a servant for others,
Yeah.
I think you can do whatever you ever dreamt about in life. You don't have to even think about it.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. It's going to lead you to places. No matter what religion you are, whatever.
Yeah.
I think part of heaven
Yeah.
is leaving something on earth.
Any other impressions that we had?
Just the humanity and the warmth in the room.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a person that can feel people's energy, and
Okay.
I was like, this is going to be it's going to be really interesting, the energy that I take in today, and I was kind of like worried about that, but I walked in immediately. JJ was the first guy I met, and I just was like struck
Yeah.
by, he's just a man.
Yeah.
And he turned out to be a very talented man
Yeah.
and a very warm man, and I'm just very humbled. But to the woman's point about Lisa, who, people look at us and they think that we're born with a silver spoon in
Yeah.
our mouth, and in many ways we are, but we're all the same in God's eyes, and it's just up to us to figure out how to make the best of our journey while we're here. A lot of it's chaos, a lot of it's who we surround ourselves with, and luck of the draw with our parents or whatever. But at some point, if you can come into a penitentiary and find what you need, isn't life crazy?
Why do you think God has y'all here today? Why? I mean,
think-
Lisa, the person that looks at Lisa and says, "Oh, she's just had every,"
Yeah.
you haven't read her spec sheet of her own accomplishments outside of what her father, did for her. But why do you think God has the Pates in here first, and now inviting people like y'all here? What is God doing with that?
He's using us, and I feel great responsibility, but I do it easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I was like, this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
And I want to say, our daughter, who, she
was hiding back there.
we never talked to her about what she would study in school. We just, we said, find your passion.
Yeah.
And she ended up studying criminology, and we were like, huh?
Wow. All right.
And
Small
so,
world
and
still.
now
Yeah.
she's studying to be a social worker, and
Okay.
so, God,
For the youngster.
God, yeah.
Do you think people
That's crazy.
like you have a vision, you have a desire to want to change those around you? You think that's possible? I mean, do you don't think people are just inherently broken?
No, I don't think anybody's inherently broken. I think
Yeah.
the world is a broken place,
Yeah.
but just like here, prison, you would think, oh, like, people are broken, the system's broken, everything's broken around us, but
Yeah.
it's, being here today, it seems quite the opposite.
Why would a young person like you choose this field? Why aren't you out there trying to figure out how to get the next Taylor Swift ticket, or like everybody else is doing? Why are you here?
Well, I'm a very privileged person. I grew up in this family, and I was touched by my dad and my grandpa and everybody in my family and everybody who works for Discount Tire.
Yeah.
So I've always felt like, well, what the heck am I going to do?
Yeah.
And where I find the best joy in my life and my passion is just being there with other people who are so different from me.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What do you think you'll be doing?
Well, hopefully I'll have my degree and be able to get back to work again. And
Yeah.
just my passion is working with kids before they get to the
Okay.
system,
Yeah, definitely.
and preventing that.
Yeah.
But who the heck knows? I don't know. Somewhere.
What's the key to success for Michael? What do you think? What puts you in a place where Bruce said, this is the next heir right here to the company? This is the person I can trust with 20,000 lives plus their families. This is the person that can race cars and come out alive, come back to work.
Thank you.
You've been doing it for years.
Yes.
God, I wish I had the simple answer to that. I mean, I think, Bruce's 5 life lessons are an incredible place to start your journey.
For sure.
And I think if you really take them in and understand them and start, living
Yeah.
them. And it's the actions and behaviors, right? It starts with the thoughts and the minds, and then it gets into the actions, behaviors. So what leads to great success is first in the head, but then translating that to action and behaviors.
Yeah.
And I think that's the secret of
Yeah, I think your
success,
dad.
and it's a journey. It's a journey.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think your dad's key was that his points, his tenets, his things that they're not political. You know, they're not. They don't divide. Everything that he seemed to stand for was to bring people together. I think that's just the key in everything is community building.
Yes,
You know, showing people that you genuinely care.
Yeah.
And I think for the resident that's sitting here saying, you know, I feel forgotten. I feel like I'm behind one of those bars,
Yeah.
and nobody knows I'm here. I mean, the founder's daughter, the next in line up here, or at the throne, so to speak now, the wife that's worried to death about the car racing, the Pates that are in here grinding every day in a place that's not fun to come in. You get sniffed by the dogs, and it's prison. It's prison all the way, even for free world people. I think for the average resident that's sitting here, it's just really cool to see y'all and to listen to Scott cracking his jokes. He's definitely the person in a company that when he gets up, everyone's like, "Oh my God, what is he going to say?"
Try being a
You've been
sister.
there.
Try being a
You've
sister.
been around for
But,
Try being a sister. I was really praying. I was like,
Yeah.
don't let him pull anything out of the closet, please.
But it is really cool for everybody in the room. I mean, I know we don't get to, but everybody will through the video be able to say thank you to you, Scott's wife, definitely,
Yes.
and definitely guaranteed to be in heaven. But it is really cool just to see that people care. You know, that you're here, flew from Arizona through tsunamis and storms, and pizza, Domino's couldn't even deliver today. Domino's
We got
canceled.
here.
What? And Domino's canceled, and y'all made it. So
That's
I
cool.
just say thank you from everybody
Oh
here.
my
It's really
gosh.
cool to have you.
Megamind.
And let me say, Megamind, you're doing a great
Thank
great
you,
job.
sir.
Yes,
Wonderful
he
job.
is.
You're a true pro.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all little pieces. Everything works. You know, there'll be somebody that'll watch it, and they won't have that. There's nothing wrong with being privileged, you know, and there's nothing wrong with having opportunity, because in the end, the privilege and the people that have that opportunity, they seem to give back a lot more than the people that don't.
You know, we recently heard the Arizona State coach, new coach, say to his players, he said, "Are you a multiplier or are you a divider?"
That's it.
Pretty simple.
Y'all are
And
definitely
these
planting
people
some seeds.
are multipliers.
Right.
Yeah.
And Bruce was a multiplier.
Yeah. Defined as multipliers making others,
Yeah.
helping making others
Yes.
better,
Yes.
or else taking people down.
Well, and
It's a
so
divider.
we do a conspiracy show, a late night UFO show. here.
Is that what all this is?
Yeah, so one of the guys was like, "Hey, you ask Michael, all that car racing, what's going to happen when AI takes over?
Well,
He can't outdrive AI."
no, I can't drive. Eventually, I won't be able to. That's why I'm glad I'm getting older.
Yeah, it's a good excuse.
Yeah, I might be able to be in the car still and not be able to have to drive it.
You might have to have a better lock system.
Well, I appreciate everybody at
Thank
Camp
you,
Priscilla,
Roger.
definitely,
Thank you.
for everything they do. But every single piece here, man, somebody's going to remember your face.
really cool.
Somebody's going to hear your word. Somebody's going to be encouraged by it. And you may never realize what you're doing. You may never realize the seed that you're going to sow in somebody's life. But I promise you, there's no chance that this is just happenstance that you're here today.
Yeah.
No chance that somebody didn't see Michael, chairman of the board, hug somebody. You know, there's no chance that that's missed by residents here. That we micro-analyze every video,
Yeah.
and we see things that people don't. And y'all just really expressed some love today. That was very cool. So thank you.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Appreciate
I
you.
know, we're
Appreciate
not
you.
gonna-
That was so good. Thank you.